everybody. My name is Susan Doherty, and I am the director here at the Lunenburg Council on Aging in our beautiful Lunenburg Adult Activity Center. If you get a chance after the ceremony, please take a look around. We have beautiful grounds out back also. But I want to welcome everybody here, especially you, Olga. Congratulations. And I'm going to turn this over to our chairperson, Deb Lincoln.
Hello, everybody. I'm Debbie Lincoln. I'm the chairman of the Lunenburg Council on Aging. And we are so happy to be able to hold this event to our newest Boston Post cane recipient. I'd like to introduce Pete Lincoln, who can give you a little history about the Boston Post cane before we present it to Olga. Pete Lincoln.
Hi folks, out of the lobby I just gave my whole spiel to Mike. I've been working with the Council on Aging for 20 years, and this ceremony is my favorite. To see a family completely gathered together to celebrate a patriarch or a matriarch. That's wonderful. The Boston Post was a newspaper at the turn of the last century that had the highest circulation of any newspaper in New England. In 1909, 115 years ago, the publisher of the paper, Edward Grosvenor, had a brainstorm. He wanted to increase circulation in the small towns in New England. Cities bought the papers, a lot of small towns didn't. So he decided to do a rather novel thing. He had 700 canes prepared. The canes were made of African ivory with a gold tip. And he sent these canes to the selectmen of 700 New England towns. Only included 4 of the New England states: Maine, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, and Rhode Island. And the idea was that the selectmen were to present a cane to the oldest living man in the town. When he passed, his son took over the business in 1926, and a controversy came to be, because women got the right to vote. And so after considerable discussion in 1930, it was determined that the cane would go to the oldest living person in the town. And that has been carried on for now 115 years. I'll give you the exact figure, 456 towns have retained their canes. A lot of them have been lost. Apparently some were stolen. But the 456 towns have maintained this tradition. And there's a website called Boston Post Cane website, where alphabetically by state, you can go on and find out what towns still have the canes, what sort of programs they have for those canes, and some of the people that have gotten them. A couple of hours that I remember in Lunenburg, a Mrs. Green, back about 2010, went on to throw out the first ball at Fenway Park. How was that? And Mrs. Powell, who was 102 at the time, stood up and recited the alphabet backwards. Wow. Try it. It's not easy to do. We do not present the cane. We still have our original cane. We do not present it to Olga or any of our recipients. It is in the lobby out here, so you can take a look at it. Instead, we present a pin with a cane on it in recognition of the oldest person in the town. So thank you all for coming. And if there are any questions, there'll be a quiz later.
Notice he said quiz. He taught at Lunenburg High School for 38 years. You don't ever stop being a teacher. So I'd like to give you a little history about Olga that was provided by her daughter. Olga was born on April 20th, 1925, at her home in Waltham, Mass. She had 3 brothers, one of which was actually her cousin because her mother raised this child because her sister had passed away during childbirth. Olga graduated from Waltham High School in June 1943. She married in April 1943 before graduation because her husband was going into the Army later that year. Olga had 4 children. She now has 10 grandchildren, 13 great-grandchildren, and 4 great-great-grandchildren. And I think I see a lot of them out there right now. And thank you all so much for coming to be part of this wonderful celebration. Olga worked at the Metropolitan State Hospital in Waltham for 32 years. She loved to go on cruises when everyone would wear formal attire, so I'm glad I wore a dress today. She traveled to Italy, England, Scotland, most of the tropical islands, and saw most of the United States. She and her husband walked around 50 miles a week, all 4 seasons. When the weather was bad, they would walk in the Burlington Mall. She helped with childcare for her children's children so they could all work. She also watched a few great-children, and her nieces and nephews and their children. What a wonderful thing to do for your family. You are a really special lady. She moved to Lunenburg with her husband in 2016 so her daughter could help her with caring for her husband. She was and is a city girl, but she has come to enjoy this beautiful, lovely little town, and we are so glad you're here with us. Thank you, Olga. And so now, as Pete said, we don't present the cane anymore, but we are going to present you with a special pin. And I'm really clumsy, so I'm going to put the pin on your citation and bring it to you. And we also, these flowers are yours as a special gift from the Lunenburg Council on Aging. Hang on 1 second, I'll bring it to you. Somebody with steadier hands pin it on her. And now I'd like to introduce Cesar Nizzolo. He's the chairman of our Lunenburg Board of Selectmen, and he has a special citation for Olga.
Good morning, everyone, or good afternoon, actually. Whereas Olga Di Tommaso will be honored on the occasion of her 100th birthday and is deeply appreciated and loved by her friends and family as they join together to wish her a happy birthday and many more wonderful years ahead. And whereas on the occasion of her 100th birthday, the Lunenburg Select Board extends heartfelt congratulations to Olga, born on April 20th, 1925 in Waltham, Massachusetts. And whereas Olga graduated from Waltham High School in 1943 and married in April 1943, just before her graduation in anticipation of her husband's deployment to the Army. And whereas Olga is a devoted mother of 4, grandmother of 10, great-grandmother of 13, and great-great-grandmother of 3. And whereas Olga dedicated 32 years of service to the Metropolitan State Hospital, and whereas Olga loved to travel, enjoying numerous cruises and visiting many countries, including Italy, England, Scotland, tropical islands, and much of the United States. And whereas Olga and her husband were avid walkers, often walking 50 miles a week in all seasons, even taking to the Burlington Mall for walks during inclement weather. And whereas Olga lovingly provided childcare for her grandchildren and great-grandchildren, enriching her family's lives with her wisdom and love. And whereas in 2016, Olga moved to Lunenburg with her husband to be closer to her daughter. And though Olga is a city girl at heart, she has come to appreciate and enjoy the beauty and charm of this lovely town. And whereas Olga's life is a testament to the strength, kindness, and commitment that enriches our community. Now therefore be it proclaimed that the Lunenburg Select Board hereby honors and celebrates Olga Di Tommaso on the momentous occasion of her 100th birthday and extends their best wishes for her continued health, happiness, and joy. Congratulations, Olga.
That's because we know she's going to be with us for her 100th birthday, and we have a Century Club, which she will be joining in April. So afterwards, I hope her family will stay. We're going to do a formal portrait of you and your family, so you can have that. We will send it to you. And there is coffee and tea and a cake to celebrate this occasion. Is there anyone from the family that would like to add anything? Or Olga, would you like to say anything? I'll bring the mic to you if you want.
Would you like to say anything?
I want to thank them.
Thank all of us.
I want to thank everyone for coming here and for the town of the newcomer to celebrate my 99th. I don't know why I'm here that long. Maybe my work isn't finished yet, I don't know. But I want to thank everyone and for the town for honoring me. And all I can say is, this is the day the Lord has made, and joyful and be glad in it.
Anyone else from her family like to say something before we have some food and drink? All right, thank you, Will. Thank you all for coming, and enjoy some coffee, tea, and cake in honor of Olga. And please the family stay afterwards. We'll set up a nice family photo for you. And thank you all for being here.